All right, so welcome to another deep dive. And today we're tackling something a little different, a bit more, I guess you could say introspective.
Introspective, yeah, I like that. Definitely a journey inward as much as outward.
Exactly. You, the learner, threw us a curveball this time, some excerpts from Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. And I gotta say, it's been a while since I revisited this one, but man, it's packed with like these little nuggets of wisdom. It's not a long book, but wow, it's dense.
It is deceptively simple on the surface, but there's a lot going on beneath, ripe for a good deep dive.
So what's the mission today? Well, we're going to track the shepherd boy, Santiago, as he begins his quest, really, a quest sparked by a dream, a recurring dream, no less.
A dream of treasure buried at the pyramids. A classic adventure setup.
Totally. But we're not just going to like rehash the plot points. We're digging into the themes that emerge early on, the ones that stick with you. Dreams, obviously, but also destiny and this whole language of the world thing that pops up.
All these ideas kind of intertwine right from the start. Like, we first meet Santiago. He's totally in sync with his life as a shepherd, right?
Yeah, it's almost idyllic in a
Mhm.
way. Reading to his sheep, sharing his thoughts, his feelings about the merchant's daughter. It's kind of sweet, actually.
He seems to find a real connection with them, with his sheep. Even finds wisdom in observing them. Did that strike you at all?
Oh, absolutely. The way he talks about their simple focus, like food, water, that's it. And he wonders if maybe we, as humans, sometimes do the same thing. We limit ourselves to the basics, maybe miss out on something bigger.
Yeah, it's like he's already sensing this yearning for something more, this contrast between the familiar and the unknown. It's right there from the beginning.
And then there's that little detail about his jacket.
Yeah.
It seems like a throwaway thing, but it really stood out to me.
How so?
Well, it's like a burden when it's hot, a comfort when it's cold.
Mhm.
And Santiago sees it as like a metaphor, right?
Totally. It's about perspective,
Right.
about being prepared for the ups and downs that even ordinary things can hold, like hidden lessons, a reminder that things aren't always what they seem.
And speaking of preparedness, what really kicks off this journey is his desire to travel. He doesn't have much, materially speaking.
Right, but he has freedom, the freedom to choose a different path. That seems to be his most valuable possession.
And this idea of choice comes up again when he talks about not finding God in the seminary, but finding something meaningful, something real in his life as a shepherd.
It's not about rejecting faith, but about seeking meaning in a way that resonates with him personally. And that leads us right into the recurring dream, the one that kind of sets everything in motion.
The child, the sheep, the treasure at the pyramids. It's so vivid, so insistent. And what does he do? He seeks out an interpretation.
Totally human, right? When something feels significant but you don't quite grasp its meaning, you search for answers.
So off he goes to the old woman in Tarifa. And this encounter, man, it's loaded.
Loaded, how so?
First, there's the interpretation itself. The treasures at the pyramids.
Ah.
Straightforward, right? But then she throws in this whole language of the world concept.
Ah, yes, the language of omens, of symbols, of coincidences. This idea that the universe is communicating, but not always in words. It's like a secret code that Santiago has to learn to decipher.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's the price of the interpretation. A tenth of the treasure. It's like even guidance comes at a cost.
Right from the start, we see that nothing is truly free. And what's Santiago's reaction?
Disappointment, honestly. He feels cheated, like he's wasted his time. You know that feeling, right? The learner.
Yeah.
When you hope for a big reveal and it falls flat.
Oh, for sure. It's that initial skepticism, that resistance to believing in something that seems too good to be true.
He tries to brush it off, goes back to Tarifa, trades his book, has some wine in the plaza. It's all very normal, very everyday. And then, bam, the old man appears.
Melchizedek, the king of Salem. Now, this is an encounter that shifts everything.
It's almost spooky how the old man just slides into the conversation, knows things about Santiago he shouldn't know.
It's designed to unsettle, to make us question what we think is real, what we think we know.
And then he drops his bombshell about the world's greatest lie. What was your takeaway from that? Because it hit me pretty hard.
It's the lie that at some point we lose control of our own lives, that we're just puppets of fate. It's a direct challenge to the idea of free will, of pursuing our dreams.
And it's so easy to fall into that trap,
Yeah.
right? To just let life happen to you instead of actively shaping it. But the old man doesn't leave him in despair. He introduces this mysterious force, connecting it to the soul of the universe.
Right, this idea that when you truly desire something, the universe conspires to help you achieve it. It's a powerful concept, even if it's not, like, scientifically provable. Think of it as universal energy. the learner, a kind of interconnectedness that responds to deep-seated desires.
It's a hopeful idea, but then he tells the story of the baker, the one who always dreamed of traveling but kept putting it off.
Cautionary tale, right. Absolutely. A reminder that we have to act on our dreams, not just dream them. And the old man goes further, saying he appears in different forms to help people along their paths. Like that bit about the miner and the emerald. Pretty cool, right?
That's like this magical, almost mystical thread running through everything.
Mm.
But then comes the reality check. A tenth of Santiago's flock in exchange for the secret to finding the treasure.
This is where things get real for Santiago. He's got to weigh the comfort of the known, his sheep against the uncertainty of the unknown, the treasure. It's a big decision.
And he actually interprets selling most of his flock to his friend, who always wanted to be a shepherd, as a good omen, like a sign that he's on the right track. This is where we get the principle of favorability.
That idea that when you start something new, something meaningful, the universe often gives you a little boost, a bit of good luck to encourage you. It's like a cosmic nudge.
And then, of course, the old man gives him the stones, Urim and Thummim. I always thought those were fascinating. These stones, the learner, they're like a physical tool to help Santiago understand the language of the world. They give a yes or no answer to clear questions about omens.
There are tools for deciphering the signs, for navigating the path. Urim is for yes, affirmation, Thummim for no. The key is to ask clear questions and to trust the guidance they offer.
So, armed with his money and these stones, Santiago sets off. He leaves Andalusia, crosses the Strait to Africa, and almost immediately, he hits a major snag.
He gets robbed. It's a harsh lesson, a reality check. His initial trust in a new acquaintance backfires, and he's left with almost nothing. It's a classic element in these heroes' journeys, isn't it? This stripping away of the familiar, the material.
He goes from this, hopeful excitement to utter despair pretty quickly. It's a stark contrast to the old king's words, but it's also a turning point.
In what way?
Well, he's stripped down to the bare essentials, right? His book, his jacket, and the stones. And in that moment, he realizes something crucial. He says, I'm like everyone else. I see the world in terms of what I would like to see happen, not what actually does. It's a huge realization about the difference between wishful thinking and facing reality.
It's a pivotal moment of self-awareness. He's starting to see the world and himself more clearly.
So, wrapping up this first deep dive into The Alchemist, we've seen a young shepherd spurred on by a dream, guided by mysterious figures, introduced to concepts like destiny and this language of the world. He experiences early success, a harsh setback, and ultimately gains valuable tools and insights to help him navigate his path.
And for you, the learner, some key takeaways might be this idea of the language of the world, the omens and symbols that surround us. Also, that principle of favorability that we talked about, that little boost of luck when you're starting something new.
So here's something to ponder, the learner. How do you think these early experiences will shape Santiago as he continues his journey? Will the comfort of his old life fade completely? Will he learn to read the signs, to trust his intuition, and will he let go of that wishful thinking and embrace the reality of his quest? How did these initial lessons, both positive and negative, set the stage for his pursuit of his personal legend? That's something to think about as we continue to explore The Alchemist together. Thanks for diving in with us.